What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome into the Sunday, May 5th MLB breakdown. We're going to go into each and every game. Feeling better, so we're going to do this one a little bit more towards the normal production that we do here on the channel. Okay, I'll have 5 best bets, a lot of leans along the way. Try to continue off of our streak, 4-1 yesterday. Just a quick recap. Not able to get it done within the Houston game. That was the only loss we had on the card. Other than that, it was pretty much easy sailing within those 4 victories. Okay, so not a bad day overall. Going 4-1 in major leagues and 2-1 in the NBA. Needed that over to cash in the Denver-Minnesota game, but it was a fun day. It was a fun day, even though I was laid up on my couch, still recovering from a little bit of a bug, but we were able to watch a lot of sports. Stayed up late, closed out the UFC fight, as well as some of the late night Major League Baseball games. So overall, really good Saturday. Let's get back into it. All right, but first, before we do, make sure you guys all subscribe down below, smash that like button, and please let me know your picks and thoughts, feedback down below in the comments. As always, guys, channel memberships are available. I have a link down there in the description in the pinned comment as well as our new Discord that is currently under construction. So a lot of members have been jumping in over there. It is completely free to join the Discord. It's just a great way to have back and forth, more in a live manner, but also there will be some premium features that I'll be unveiling within that down the road. But let's get into it. The first game on the card is Detroit and the New York Yankees. This is one where we look into Tarek Skubal and Nestor Cortez. Okay, this is one where we're going to be talking about the Detroit Tigers adding another name to their list. Okay, within Cy Young pitchers, Skubal is definitely up for consideration, and Nestor Cortez has not been the sharpest tool in the shed as of recent. So we are going to be taking the Tigers on the road on the money line. Okay. Lefty. It is what it is. Look for the Tigers to get the W here. No real true analysis. I'm just going with a better pitcher and the fact that I think Detroit can put up runs against Cortez, especially in what we're talking about within Yankee Stadium. Okay, that's a very good place for teams to slug. Road teams can come in there and just, we all know how that works with that short porch. So that's something where we look at this start. I don't see Skubal giving up a lot of runs. I think the Yankees and Tigers probably get underneath the 5-6 run number. I think that's why we're seeing the total at a 6.5-7 mark. So that's a lean that I would have as well. Personally, it's too low for me to bet. There's other value out there in the market. But so first official play, though, we will take the plus money with the Tigers at a plus 115 price. All right. Next one out there is Colorado and Pirates, Bailey Feltner and Ryan Feltner and Bailey Falter, excuse me. So no play for me in this game. I don't see any edge one way or the other. We look at what's going on within these matchups. Okay, you can see basically over the course of the last 2 games, it was 3-2, 0-1, and now we go for the rubber match, and there's really no way to go about this game other than just a pure coin flip. Okay, both of these teams have lost 4 out of their last 5. And if anything, despite pitchers having bad ERAs, there has been a premium on scoring runs. So that's not something where we're not going to get into this in terms of an official play. I do lean towards taking possibly the Bailey Falter if you want to go into the earned run perspective. Him or Feltner, those names are so close in sounding, so forgive me. But we're going to actually go with Ryan Feltner, okay? I would lean towards taking the over 2.5 earned runs, okay? I think the Pirates get the job done. That's just a hunch, but no official play for me, okay? Next game is the Blue Jays and the Washington Nationals, okay? Alek Manoah returning to baseball, okay? First start since having shoulder surgery. Going against Mackenzie Gore. So no official play for me in this one. It's a little bit less than a coin flip because if you go back in some of the trends and game logs, Manoah was getting beat up a little bit in AAA, had a good last outing, but we're not going to be backing the Nationals in this spot, and we're not going to be backing Manoah, albeit a previous Cy Young candidate, making his return against a Washington Nationals ball club that both of these have been really sneaky if you want to get into it, okay? If I would have told you the Washington Nationals are 16-17, through 33 games into the season, you'd probably thought I was on some kind of drugs or something. So that's kind of how we see it. No official play, though, within this. If you want to get a little bit sharp and you want to kind of join some of the the sharper forces out there, you probably could go on a Manoah under outs, under strikeouts. Look for a short leash. They're not going to, push him his first game back. Also, there is also a chance, and we never like to see this, but chance of re-aggravation, re-injury. That does happen sometimes with pitchers, so unlikelihood, but still have to put it out there. So if you want to get a little bit smarter than most, you could go into the prop markets and fade Manoah on his first game back, okay? But no official play for me. All right, the next one is the Angels and the Guardians, okay? Griffin Canning, Carlos Carrasco. We look into this game, and we're going to be talking about Carlos Carrasco. Despite having 7 ERA, pretty serviceable so far during the season, okay? Saw a little bit of hiccup against the Astros, giving up a lot of runs in that contest. Now we go back into the series. There has been some runs in this Angels-Guardians series, right? We saw a 1-7 outcome. We saw a 6-0 outcome, okay? And now we have two pitchers with basically 7+ ERAs. Both losing records going in the rubber match on a Sunday afternoon game, okay? Look at the over 8 if you want to get into the totals. There may be a little bit of rain here in Cleveland, but we will be looking at a lean towards that. Also, I probably would go with the Guardians on the money line at a -128 price. So just kind of a correlating play. Possibly Guardians winning 6-3, 7-2, something like that. So I do like for Cleveland and the over, but no official play for me. Those are just leans. All right, next one is the New York Mets, Tampa Bay Rays. This is a game that jumped right off the page at me. Ryan Pepio, one of the ERAs and pitchers in the major leagues. I think the numbers don't speak for how good of a starter he actually is. We're looking at this game, and the first thing that jumped off at me was I got to go check the total on this once I saw the probable pitchers, right? So we're seeing a total of 7, okay? And you can find 7.5s out there if you shop around a little bit. But I still do like the under 7 in this. I know it's a little bit low. This one almost made my card. If there was an 8 out there, it would have. This is one where I really do like taking possibly even the first 5. Going into that, maybe just a 1-0, 2-1 kind of game through the first half. You could dabble in that regard. I might actually get into that. I might actually look into nrfi in this game. This is one that jumps out off the page. But no official play. This was really close to making my bet list, but I might end up sneaking one in. We'll see what happens around lunchtime if I get a little bit greedy. But no official play within this, but I would lean towards taking the under. Severino's had a great comeback, and Pepio, like I said, one of the most, I think, overrated pitchers and capable starters that we don't talk enough about. So that's how I feel about that. And then the next game is one that we are going to have an official play in. This will be the Mariners and the Houston Astros game. I'm going to FOMO in, okay? I know it's played in Minute Maid Park, so I'm going to FOMO into this. We've been riding the Astros a lot. We're going to take the Mariners on the money line. I just can't not bet this at a +121 price against Hunter Brown. I know that burned us last time when we had the Carlos Carrasco going against Hunter Brown game, but we are going to be taking the Mariners +121 money line. Bryce Miller's been serviceable. There's actually even a prop out there that's kind of crazy for me to see. Hunter Brown over 1.5 earned runs. It's a little juicy. It's -164. That's something where he potentially could have 4 earned runs in this game. So he's up there with the worst pitchers in baseball, and for some reason we're still giving him a shot. So this is something where you look for Seattle, scoring 6 runs last game. I just think if they get a little bit of momentum and the Astros bats failing to wake up, this could be an outstanding plus money win for us here. Excuse me. Okay, and we have seen some movement though. This number was a little bit closer to even, and now it's going to +121. So I wonder if there's some people that are out in this game. I'm going to switch to this one view here, and we're going to take a quick look into this. This is one nice thing about oddsjam. You can go into some of the more features that they offer, and you can see what I'm doing right here, and just go right here, boom, tells you your injuries, okay? Yeah, just pitchers, so nothing really to report on that front, okay? We'll leave this screen up here just for the time being, just to show you guys what this actually looks like. This is the actual sportsbook screen where you can see basically like you would if you're really in a sportsbook live, okay? So that will be an official play. We're going to be taking the Mariners plus 121 on the money line. All right, next game is the Rangers-Royals, okay? This is a game where we look at Daniel Lynch, first start out, John Gray. I have no sentiment in this game, okay? Just being honest with you guys. I could see this game being a very, very high-scoring game. I think John Gray gets kind of knocked around a little bit, and I don't know too much about Daniel Lynch. So that's kind of how I feel about it. We saw last game, we saw Texas put up 15 runs against Kansas City, and in the first matchup, it was a Kansas City victory 7-1. So I would tend to lean towards the over 8.5. That's something that is jumping off at the page of me a little bit as well. I'll have to do some more research into Daniel Lynch, the fourth, see what he's all about as he takes the bump for the first time this season, but no official play for the 2:10 first pitch. Next game, Boston and the Twins. Okay, we're going to be looking into Cooper Criswell and Joe Ryan going at it. All right, this is one where I'm not going to be in business of betting against the Twins. For those of you that have been riding him on his win streak, congratulations. But we look at Minnesota, and absolutely fascinating, right? 19-13 now in the season. And the crazy thing is they're not even winning their division, okay? It's just been absolutely insane, okay? And both of these teams, for all accounts, against the spread, both 500 teams against the spread when we talk run lines. So that's kind of interesting to point out. But they are on a 12-game, okay, 12-game win streak. That is just absolutely nuts. And something where we're going to look into, this could be the stop, right? Cooper Criswell has been pitching outstanding for Boston. But by all accounts, I'm not getting in front of a team that's on a winning streak. So if you want to get a little fancy here, you could be a little bit late to the party, but I do see some potential value, right? If we do want to get behind that. Okay, let me get back to this other view. It's a little bit easier for me to talk about it. Okay, so you could be taking the Twins on a minus 163 price. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. There is value taking the Red Sox. I would much rather take the Red Sox plus 1.5 on the run line at a minus 140 price than back to Twins at a minus 163 number. So this will be no play for me. Okay, definitely value though. Eventually this streak will come to an end. I don't bet for or against streaks. That's just kind of my thing. All right, next game is the White Sox Cardinals. Garrett Crochet, Cardinals pitching. Great dance partner. All right, the White Sox still failing to win ball games. It's kind of been something that's been permanent for this season. And last night they got one done. So can they win back-to-back ball games? I don't think so. I think the Cardinals might staff this game. Pitcher's not yet been announced. Okay, but we are looking for the Cardinals minus 150. That's a great price right now against any time, any place, anywhere a ball club faces the Chicago White Sox. So this is something where I would look for just taking some value. I wouldn't even mind this. It's a great parlay dance partner, or if you just want to bang one home. It didn't make my card. It's not the way I'm betting today, but I would be taking the Cardinals and just laying the juice, minus 150, once I get some clarity on who's going for them on the mound. Okay, but no official play. Next one is the Brewers and the Cubs. Okay, the Brewers and the Cubs, great series, great pitching matchup today. Probably the best game of the day, to be honest with you, if not one of the late games within the Dodgers and Braves. But we're seeing the Brewers, outstanding ball club, what they've been able to do, 20-12 on the season. They're just a little bit of a couple acquisitions away from really starting to make me want to bet them to win the World Series with some value this early in the season. We'll see what happens. Okay, but we look in this game. It's anyone's ball game, so no official play for me. I'm just going to enjoy this one. If I had a lean, I probably would take the Cubs with the plus price. Saw it as just as good as Peralta for that price. That's kind of where I'm at with that one, but I do like Freddie Peralta as well. Okay, next game we will have an official play. We're going to kind of continue a trend from yesterday. Taking the Athletics, we're not going to do it within a money line or a run line standpoint. We're going to be taking the Miami-Oakland game over 7.5 runs. This could be one of my favorite bets of the day. I don't know why this number is so low. Personally, after seeing the onslaught yesterday that we had, I think the game was 20-4 at one point. It was straight batting practice, a little Saturday BP for the Athletics. But this is where we look at Sixto Sanchez, 8+ ERA, no strikeouts. Joe Boyle, 6+ ERA. I look for a lot of runs in this game. I don't know why the number's at 7.5. This is the first thing I bet today. I didn't even really do any much research on it, and that's just kind of how I feel about it. So hopefully we get 8 runs, cash the ticket, and move on to the next game. All right, Orioles and Reds. Kramer and Nick Lodolo. This is one where I'm staying away. I do like the Orioles in every game. You can get the Orioles for plus money if that tickles your fancy. I won't be playing it, though, full disclosure. All right. Just kind of where I'm at with that one. The Orioles, for all accounts, they are one of my teams that, they are the same way as I view the Brewers, right? They just need a bullpen, a little bit of bullpen bolstering in that regard, and they have a chance at the taking home the trophy, okay, in October. But that's kind of where we're looking to it, right? This surprisingly has been a low-scoring series, okay? And I love me some Baltimore run scoring on Sundays. Travel day, I just think it's something where, for some odd reason, they just scored a lot of runs on Sunday. So I would like to back the over 8.5, but within a 2-1 and 3-1 matchup within Cincinnati in these first 2 games, Kramer, the way he's been pitching to start off his season, and Lodolo, sub-2 ERA, I'm just not going to get behind it. I'm going to stay away from this game as well, even though I really like to take the over and the Orioles at a plus price, okay? But no official play for me in this one. All right, and then the next game on the card, okay, and this is one where we're going to get into the Padres and the Diamondbacks, okay? The Padres have straight up owned the Diamondbacks in this series. This is one where it really doesn't matter who's pitching, quite frankly. Winning 13-1, 7-1. The Diamondbacks are failing to score a lot of runs. Matt Waldron is a pitcher that they can definitely get to, but I will look for the Padres to continue this and get the sweep here against the D-backs. Very heavily lean towards taking the Diamondbacks. I'm sorry, not the Diamondbacks, the Padres at a plus price. Doesn't really matter who they throw out. If you can score 7+ runs in any game with Major League bullpens, you have a shot. So that's kind of how I look at it. I think that's some value taking the Padres on a sweet price at a plus number, but no official play. All right. And then the last 2 games on the card, we will have official plays. Okay. This is where we're going to get into the first one. I don't think the Braves get swept. This is purely a play on Max Fried having good numbers. Okay. Against a Dodgers ball club. Okay. I think this is something where we look into how he matches up against James Paxton. He's definitely the better pitching matchup in this game. Okay. Also, something interesting to point out: Will Smith will not be suiting up. That's kind of how that's my understanding from looking at the injury report. So this is definitely an edge towards the Braves. Couple that better pitcher, Dodgers playing a man down, and just a little pride here on a Sunday. Let's not get swept within this rivalry where we look for these these annual juggernauts going head to head here on this Sunday. So we will be taking the Braves -126. Also, the last play that we'll have on the card, this will be another over. Okay, we're going to be back in the over 7.5 at a -105 price. This one absolutely jumped off the card at me. Logan Webb, great pitcher historically, but we go back in some of his recent starts. I don't like the numbers that I've seen from Logan Webb. The Phillies, they are out with Trey Turner's out for like 6 weeks, I think. But we are looking for, a little bit of run scoring here. Okay, the last game was a 14-3 win for Philadelphia minus Trey Turner, and we saw Philadelphia win 4-3 back on the day before. And this is something where at a price of 7.5, I got to lock it in. I just think it's a very, very probable outcome, especially with Taijuan Walker pitching for the Phillies. I'd love to take the Giants and Logan Webb, and it almost looks too good to be true, right? You could get the Giants going against Taijuan Walker at a -109 price. Even money, right? You get the better pitcher for even money. Well, it's a little fishy for me, so I did a little deeper dive into Logan Webb. He gave up a ton of runs to Boston. kind of the deeper analytics were a little bit concerning for me. So going against a good Philadelphia hitting lineup, I look for, this to be something where Philadelphia gets 5 runs in themselves, and the Giants are able to scratch a few over onto one Walker, and we end up covering the over 7.5. So that will be my final official play. Okay, and that about wraps it up. So a little bit longer here in this breakdown. Got my wings back a little bit, feeling a little bit better. So apologies. For those of you out there that were looking for more of a condensed version, but there was a lot to cover, a lot of material here within these Sunday picks. So we're gonna go back at them. I got 5 of them coming at you guys. Like I said, 4-1 yesterday, so kind of firing from the hip a little bit. We're gonna keep firing until we get a little bit of regression, but we're gonna ride the train a little bit ballsy. I think overall within the Mariners and the Detroit picks, we're kind of throwing some plus money out there. A lot of people would probably think I'm a fool to bet against the Dodgers right now with what they're able to do offensively, and Max Fried, having that 4+ ERA, but that's a pride pick, and just taking some value on some low totals going into the over. So that's where I'm at within these 5 plays. Let's hope for another successful day. Let's cash some tickets. Thank you all for watching. Remember to subscribe down below on your way out. Appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.